What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? My name is David Franco, and welcome to episode 3 of Video Game Flips. This is the series where I try to find deals online, whether it's eBay or Facebook Marketplace, or maybe that doctor I should finally seek for my voice, but it's whatever. It's whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Anyway, I try to find deals and turn those deals into profit. Episode 1 went extremely well. I got an amazing PlayStation 2 bundle. The PS2 console itself was in excellent condition. I sold it already. Not only that, but it came with 2 controllers. It came with a bunch of video games, PS1 games and PS2 games, which is incredible. And then episode 2, we unboxed the PlayStation 1, which was a mystery box in a way, because you couldn't see what games were included in the pictures. And let's just say, yeah, Davey Boy here is probably taking a loss, so it's okay. But episode 3 could save episode 2, and by that I mean inside this box is a PSP 3000 bundle that I got for just $40. $40 untested, keyword untested, because I bought this for myself. A battery, a third-party battery on Amazon. Got it for like $10 or $12, and thankfully the battery works perfectly fine because I tested it on my own PSP, and of course we're going to test it on this PSP. Part of me thinks I need to take like a full week off from making videos and streaming live on Twitch, but I ain't gonna do that. Alright, here we go, guys. So, again, $40, but get this, the PSP itself could resell for about $120. So that's some easy profit right back in my pockets, and while that could help me recover from the horrible loss that was the PS1 lot. I feel like the camera is a little too low. There you go. Headroom is key. Also, you get some games in here and some accessories, so if the PSP itself doesn't work with this new battery, it is what it is, meaning I can flip the PSP right back for parts, break even for like $30, $40. Is the camera good? Yeah, the camera's good. And I can profit off the games. Alright, you get a little thank you invoice, which is pretty cool. Alright, the packaging already is so much better than the PSP 1 lot, PlayStation 1 lot. I need a break. And wow, look at that. Everything is neatly thrown into this bag. Pretty cool. I like. Alright, what do we got here? So this I didn't understand. I saw this in the picture. Is this a keyboard for the PSP? I didn't even know this was a thing until I saw this in the picture. Like, I don't know why you would want this. I get maybe for chatting, or I don't know. I forget. Does the PSP have a web browser? It's been so long. David DeFranco. Yeah, the keyboard is so small. This is something I will definitely not be using, but maybe I'll just throw this into the bundle once I flip this right back. A case with no PSP in there. So there you go. You get a third-party case. Not bad. And yes, this definitely helps with the value a little bit. That's like probably $5, $10. Looks like a car charger for the PSP. Very cool. So this is the actual charger, it looks like. So you plug this end into the PSP, and I guess we can charge it via USB. I don't remember doing that when I was younger. Maybe it was like that, but I don't think it was. Yeah, I mean, guys, this is the PSP we're talking about, not the PlayStation Vita. Remote. This I actually do own. I actually have my own. The PSP remote. This is used for like, well, media playback, you know, videos, music, all that stuff. I don't think I really use the PSP for movies too often. And inside this little case, ooh, what's in here? Oh, wow. These are the games. That is actually really cool. I've never seen a PSP UMD holder like this. That is actually really cool. All right, so what do we have here? You know what? I'll show you when the camera's closer. Here's the PSP in its original case, and I know it's the original case because I have the exact same case. And the original manual. Now, I did notice this in the photos. It says PSP 1001. So let me see if they sent me the PSP that they talked about. Oh, wow. I didn't notice this in the picture. The original knob fell off, so it looks like they put a third-party knob on here. I will definitely have to mention that. I mean, it's fine. It comes off pretty easily, like really, really easily. But besides the missing joystick, the overall condition of the PSP is excellent. This thing actually looks brand new, aside from the analog stick. Like, that looks really, really good. Okay, come on over here, guys. Come on, let's get up close and personal. And let's see if this works with the third-party battery. Boom. Okay, so first of all, let's see what games we have included. Because again, if for some reason this doesn't work, at least we can profit off the games. Because all of this cost me $40. $40 is not a lot of money. And if anything, I could flip this right back for parts for 40 bucks. So we'll see. Okay, so either way, this is guaranteed profit, which makes me very happy. Okay, so this is already breaking apart. But we have, what is this? Assault on, actually, you know what? That's a movie. That's a movie. That is pretty cool. What else we got here? Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. We love those sports games, guys. They're worth a ton of money. Not really. Danny Minnick! Dude! Madden 06! Yo, this is an ongoing meme with my friends. Madden 06! I'm keeping this. I am keeping this for myself. That is too funny. Yo! This just completely makes the $40 worth it. That is so awesome. That is really, really cool. What a nice surprise. Hot Shots Golf Open Tee. I think I looked this up. It might be worth like 10 bucks. And last, but maybe least. Ooh, definitely not least. The best one of all. SOCOM US Navy SEALs 2 Fire Team Bravo. Very cool. But okay, the star of the show. Here we go, guys. This is the PSP itself. I never looked at the model number. Where is that on here? I'm not used to working with PSPs. I guess I can look that up right there. So this is where the battery goes. Okay, oh, here we go. PSP 1001. Yes. Okay. The listing was definitely misleading. I might request a partial refund. Jeez, Zero just scared the crap out of me. He's playing in the box in the background. So you'll have to excuse the noise for a little bit. But yeah, the listing definitely said PSP 3000. So I'm going to have to reach out to them and say, look, this did not match the item description. Can I have a partial refund? But all right, let's take the battery and put that in. Put the cover back on. Said put the cover back on. I don't remember it being this tough when I was growing up. All right, we're going to leave it off for now. Okay, so does it power on? And we have a green light. Dude, and I just heard a disc spin inside. It works! It actually works! Oh, right! Dude! It works just fine. And what game is in here? Or movie? Alright, there you go. World Series Poker. Wow. It actually works. That is too cool. So is there any save data on here? Memory stick, let me see. No videos. Music. No tracks. Any photos? Zero images. Dude, it actually works. That is amazing. But let's test the game. Let's put in SOCOM and see what happens here. Man, it's been so long since I've used a PSP. Besides my own, just for testing that battery. Alright. We are not going to update. You will need to update before your next use. Okay. Thank you for the warning. Huh. Really? Do you have to Okay. Well, you can clearly see it's going to work. This is not connected to Wi-Fi yet. There might be a little mark on the screen. You can see that a little bit. But generally speaking, this thing is actually working extremely well. Like, extremely well. What a really nice surprise. This completely makes up for that botched PS1 lot I bought. But hey, you know what? That's the whole point in taking a gamble. We're going to go through all the agreements that we're clearly reading, right? Oh, wait. Oh, it's updating off of the disc, not on Wi-Fi. That is good to know. Okay, I'm going to be back in a moment. Let that do its thing. Wait, why did it just shut off? Okay, so check this out. I had to confirm my Amazon order. That battery is indeed designed for the PSP 2000 and 3000. Now, keep in mind, I thought I was getting the 3000 because that's what the eBay listing said. This is the PSP 1000. Now, the battery does work. Thankfully, the battery works. But the thing is, it comes loose quite easily, so it's going to shut off randomly if the battery becomes dislodged. I cannot stand when eBay sellers do not list things properly. Like, how hard is it to look at what you're holding in your hand? How hard is it? Okay, so as you can see, we're getting power, which is good. Power is good. It's the wrong battery, but the good news is the PSP works as intended, so I can flip this without the battery, and maybe I'll throw in a game or two, make my money back, and call it a day. And the battery came loose again. This is just great. I ask you, what is wrong with people? Why is it so hard to look in the back of a device and say, oh wait, this isn't the PSP 3000, this is the PSP 1000. And again, I even noticed that in the eBay listing. It clearly says 1001 right there. But they did not show the rear photo of the PSP. Again, it works. It powers on, it plays games just fine. That's what matters. It's just the eBay seller didn't do a good job. Actually, they didn't even do their job. And there you go, the battery just fell out because it doesn't fit right. Because check it out, PSP 1000. Hey, that's not my fault. I'm gonna blame the eBay seller. I'm gonna send them a message and ask for a partial refund because they quite literally sent me something different than what was in the item description. Common sense ain't too common, guys. Anyway, from my perspective, this is a huge success because this works just fine. It works fine. It reads games fine. The screen looks great. It powers on. So that's huge. Now, this is a little disappointing, this knob, but I don't think that's a huge deal. I don't think that's going to stop someone from buying something like this. Honestly, guys, if anything, I might just let this go for like 80 bucks and then make money off of the games as well. Because, well, let's not forget, I got this for just 40 bucks. $40 for this PSP, plus the games and accessories. I got a deal, despite the eBay seller being incompetent. It is what it is. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for episode 4 of Video Game Flips, because I bought my first ever video game mystery box. Yes, a mystery box. Guys, that in itself is quite exciting. Thanks so much, and I'll see you then. Peace.